Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of We Make Love in the Kitchen. Hey, baby, you ready?
Hey, my love. Yes, I am.
Okay, so let's get started. Once more, we've almost run out of green juice.
Yes.
So, and in honor of today's filming, my sweetie is wearing his Jamaican
green shirt.
Because we're going to be Jamaican green juice.
There you go.
I'm so messy. Anyway,
mess.
so let's get started.
Okay.
This time, did we plug it in?
Yes, this
Thank
time
goodness.
it's plugged in. Everything is prepped and ready to go. I got, yes.
One.
That one is a lot of greens.
Okay, so I see a lot of okay, so these are the green leafy.
Yes,
things. Oh,
because
oh, you're so cute.
Yes, but when I was prepping, I usually fill the 2 containers, but I ran out of space, so
Okay.
I usually leave the cilantro and the parsley for last.
Yes.
So, and there's kale in there, and I think there's something, but it's mostly greens in
All right,
that
so
container.
I like this setup because I'm just gonna show you guys. So it's all the leafy stuff here with a couple of, carrots at the bottom, my favorite. Add a little sweet. And this is heavy because the monster cucumbers are in here. So
Yes.
now I get to go like this, back and forth. And did you sneak in a cabbage in
Yes.
there? Oh my stars, all
So
right
there's
then.
cabbage and
Look at that. Well, let me
collard
don't
greens.
The
Yes.
collard greens we've done before. I'm like, let me
Yes.
figure out what else you added in there. But
yes,
okay,
just the
sir.
cabbage and collard green. That's
We're gonna
new.
start with a slice of cabbageito.
Yes.
Oh my stars! And I'm gonna put in some See, look, I don't know the difference between the cilantro and the parsley unless I smell it, and I'm not gonna smell it because I have to get my nose on it. So, and I don't think my sweetie. Oh no, I smell that. That is
Yes.
a parsley, or maybe a cilantro. Oh gosh, I'm the worst.
Yes.
So anyway, it smells wonderful. So here we go. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
load up, and I have something at the bottom, which is a lot of fiber. So I'm gonna balance that, something hard.
Okay.
And now my sweetie loves his cucumbers like this because he leaves the mouth open, but I like to feed from the top.
Yes.
So I slice and I dice.
Okay.
Well, mostly just slicing like a little pickle spear. And now
All right.
we can close it up, and now I can have fun just stuffing from the top.
There you go.
There she goes.
All right.
And the cabbage is hard. So let's see what happens with that first one.
And you got your little.
I have my little rag to keep my fingers nice and dry.
Yes.
And we also, this week, took this stuff out at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yes.
So I can't, I'm trying
What
to keep
time
my
is
hands
it?
clean.
It's 9 o'clock. Yes.
So this thing is at room temperature.
Yes.
Well, not really room temperature, but the chill is gone.
Yes.
Oh, thank
All right.
goodness.
So, all right. Let me open this.
Oh, okay. Open the valve.
Yeah. Everything
All right.
looks good. And let it flow.
Okay, letting it flow. Because you
All
like
right.
to ladies, let your body flow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since I'm not permitted, I'm not going to purchase a copyright to a song, so I'm just going to bop
Yes.
with my horrible singing voice. And, I don't just do work and stand. I like to dance.
you like to dance and move around. Yes.
Yes. Because, this is how I get my steps in. So I'm counting my steps. Okay, it's looking good. The cabbage is all pulverized practically,
Yes.
and it came out nice and dry, so I like that.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go add some cucumbers to that so
Okay.
that we can get a nice blend. And then the machine doesn't, okay, so last week what I did do when I put in the cucumbers at first, when I saw that the pulp was wet,
Yes.
I took that handful of wet cucumber pulp and put it back up top there
you could
to
do
mix
that.
it up
To mix
with
it up.
the
Yeah.
dry, more fibrous pieces so that we would end up with a nice mixture,
Yes.
or at least to get the most juices out of the cucumber.
Correct.
And cucumber is what, 90% water?
Yes.
So- which is
yeah,
great.
it helps to mix it up
Yes.
when you are juicing.
all
I
that
agree.
nice electrolyte.
Yes.
Or as I heard a Rastaman singing in a video a while back about the benefits of a cucumber, a Jamaican cucumber. Put it on your eye, cucumber. Drink the water, cucumber.
Come on.
I can't. It's a good thing I can't sing, but anyway, you guys
okay.
get the gist of it, right?
Yes.
So you want to help me stuff, or you just gonna clear?
I'm
wanna
just going
pick
to
stuff to throw in
clean
there?
up, and we could talk.
Okay, so would you like to interview me this time, since last week we got your perspective on juicing, or
Okay.
what would
we
you
could-
like to ask
All
me?
right, so
And
we've
it
been.
doesn't have to be about juicing. It could be just about making love in the kitchen.
Oh gosh. I'm not prepared for this.
Okay, all right, all right, all right. Go ahead, ask your questions, honey.
So let's stick with health, because
Okay.
I
You
have
don't
to
wanna
keep
be
her
banned.
on a guardrail, because she could get quite,
off the rails.
Yes, she could
Okay.
get-
derailed.
yes, quite
Off
crazy.
track.
Yes. So
Yes, baby.
how as you met me
Yes.
and
Yeah,
pretty
can't
much
fit. I'm always trying to
meatless
stuff it.
diet,
Yes, sir.
right? So
A meatless diet for you.
for me,
Thank you. There
and
you go.
so with you now coming into my life,
Yes.
what are the health benefits that you are seeing or becoming more aware of what you eat, what you put in your body? How has that benefited you?
Well, okay. I will start with, I think I mentioned previously in one of our videos that, I was never afraid of greens. We just cooked our greens,
Yes.
eat raw stuff. Only thing raw that you ate was a fruit, right? So anyway, that's how I was growing up in Guyana. But since I met you, I would say that I looked, seriously, you were 5 at the time.
55, yeah.
And when I met you, I was like, wait a minute, this guy's got a slim waist. First of all, I'm like, okay, he's kind of slim. We need to fatten him up, because that's how I grew up,
Yes.
An adult does not have slimness like that. But I knew slim men. My
Yes.
grandpa was slim. Even my dad was slim. My
Yes.
dad, he didn't go past 200 pounds until he was like 70 years old. So I'm accustomed to it.
Yes.
However, I just wanted to fatten you up with my crazy self. But putting that to the side, I
Yes.
was, jealous and curious about how you maintained all that slimness. And when you said, you're a vegetarian, not quite vegan, because you do enjoy maybe an egg here and
Yes,
there.
yes.
But I'm like, wow, okay, maybe there's some benefit to this stuff. So I paid attention to how you cook the food, and I noticed that you are not just steaming it and no salting it, and
Yes.
you're cooking it regular. You're using coconut oil and great seasoning. So I said, oh, he's just cooking stew like we would cook stew without
Yes.
meat, because
Correct.
Guyana, anything you cook that's not rice is a stew, unless it's a soup or maybe
Yes.
dal. But anyway, for me, health-wise, I said, okay, there's got to be something to it, since you're doing it and you look so slim. And when I was growing, I was a slim person. I was slimmer than I am now at
Yeah.
52, obviously. I let myself go. I didn't necessarily exercise. Let's be real, I didn't exercise. Anyway, given all of that, I said, okay, I'm getting older,
Yeah.
and I do have some vanity, and I do want to still fit into my clothes without having to need to buy new wardrobe because of this change in my size. So
Okay.
all that vanity made me say, if you could look like that at 55, I can do something. And I turned 50, and I was, trying to find ways to change my life. And I said, okay, so first I started with the online dating, met a skinny guy, and I'm like, whoa, vegetarian? Nah, I like my meat. Now that I can afford to have meat every single day, I'm gonna give it up. But then I said to him, I guess, tell you what, when we go out to eat, we can do vegetarian if we could find a nice restaurant that's not expensive. So we did that. He cooks better than the people at that restaurant, which I just can't. I'm so cheap, I can't pay for something that I can cook better.
Yes.
I just can't.
I'm the same way.
I hate it. So I
Yes.
said, you know, I think we've been out to restaurants, to be honest. Maybe we went out 4 times maximum.
3 to 4 times in the beginning phase, but after being sick.
Like we don't eat that. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry,
do not.
but we don't.
Yes.
I can't. I'm so
we do not eat out
No.
ever by going
No.
to a restaurant. If
No.
we're going out, we usually pack
Yes.
our fruits and vegetables
Yes.
and drinks and nuts and
Yes.
all that good stuff. But yes,
We
don't.
have not sat down to purchase any food at a restaurant and eaten food and pay a tip and do all that stuff.
Correct.
And then go, oh, I can make this better.
Yes.
No, I hate that feeling. But anyway, going back to my health journey. So I said, guess what, babe? I can start practicing cooking vegetarian meals. So I started prepping stuff. Oh, who doesn't like chana chickpeas? Nicely done with some cumin, or as we say at home, with some jeera. So
Yeah.
I started doing all the Guyanese dishes,
Yes.
just no meat. And let's face it, I was horrible at cooking beef. Beef was like the worst meat you could ask me to cook. And the second worst meat that I could cook is pork. Not the best pork cooker. So did I cook beef and pork at home for my sweetie? No. My daughter wasn't eating that stuff for
Yeah.
me. We had to go out to the family for Sunday dinner to have beef and pork. I wasn't good at cooking it, so it wasn't hard for me to give it
Yeah.
up. So slowly I started eating my meats only at home when I cook.
Yeah.
We were together at the first year, every other weekend. So
Yeah.
every other weekend, I wouldn't be a meat eater. So when I'm with Garfield, we don't eat meat. Well, you don't eat meat, but I
Correct.
don't eat meat.
Yeah.
So it made it so much easier for me to transition, and then started listening to a wonderful doctor who was giving us the pointers on. Well, we were listening to him. He wasn't just talking to us, but
Yeah.
we heard Dr. Bobby Price talking
Correct.
about, adding greens, green juicing,
Correct.
and what did he call them? Something type of water, structured water.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, there's water in fruits and vegetables. So if you're not going to sit there, you don't have to drink a gallon of regular distilled, purified, sterilized spring water
Yes.
a day. You can have what's called structured water, which is the water, the juice that's extracted from fruits and vegetables.
Correct.
And that would help to balance the system and give you all the nutrients.
Yes.
And now if we wanted fiber, not if we wanted fiber, we take this stuff, the pulp, and he adds it to his smoothie. Sometimes I add a handful to my green drink.
Yes.
So I can get the actual fiber. So, if we're not cooking the greens, then we're getting the fiber from adding stuff to our smoothie.
Yes. And since we're getting into planting and building our garden, yes, we use it also for compost.
Yes.
Composting, yes.
Yes, I love it. And I so now I'm experimenting. I even went online and I was reading up on the benefits of cooking tomato leaves. I'm like, what? I have all these, I accidentally planted over 20 plants of heirloom tomatoes. So what
Yes.
did I end up doing? I was cutting those tomato leaves, chopping them up with my bell pepper leaves and chopping them up with my wiri pepper leaves
Yes.
and saying, baby, we don't need to buy spinach anymore. And so I cut those up
Yes.
with the basil and the, what did I use? Broadleaf thyme.
Yes.
And I cut all that stuff up. And now I'm making my own frozen spinach in the freezer. It's
Yes.
just so that in winter when I feel like, let's just add some greens to something.
Yes.
We don't rely on the kale that we purchased or the collard greens or anything like that. So
Yes.
now I'm gonna add a cucumber to this.
Okay.
I noticed that this week we have less cucumbers than
No,
we did
we
last
have
week.
one more container,
Oh, so
my
we
love.
need to get that because
Yes. Trust me.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, wow, are we doing less greens? I didn't even see that.
No.
Okay, so let me finish this up and then we'll add some
There
more.
you go. Then
Because I
I'll bring
want to
out
blend the
the
cucumbers.
second container. Well, the
And
third container.
I want to
Yes.
layer it nicely.
Yes.
But yeah, so my greening journey has really been like adapting some of the things you do
Yes.
to make it palatable for me because my
Yeah.
taste is not yours and I'm not I'm not a vegetarian, period.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, you don't have to necessarily be a vegetarian in that sense. It's just eating a diet free of processed food.
Oh,
and I
okay.
think a lot of people get that confused because, like I stated last week, the body recognizes food from nature.
Yes.
The body knows that. It doesn't recognize processed food because that's not from nature.
Ooh.
So,
I'm gonna take these out because I want these don't have
Okay.
the lime in them.
all right.
So I want to add
Yes.
that to my stuff. Like I separate, and I forgot that when I'm doing the juicing, I like to do the lime last or the lime first because when I'm cooking, I don't want my soup to be sour, acidic.
All right.
So
Gotcha.
it's great in a smoothie.
Yes.
And maybe in certain types, like if I were cooking squash
Yeah.
and carrots and something like that, I might put one of these. It looks like the stuff that the ducks leave on
Yes.
the lawn,
On the lawn. Yes.
the geese up on Long
Well,
Island.
yeah.
But anyway, so I will use the pulp in a stir fry.
Yes.
You know, if the food was like a nice balance, like sweetness or just
Yes.
mellow.
'Cause it's
But, yeah.
What it is just a mixture of a variety of different vegetables and
Exactly.
fruit, minus the lime, of course. So, but yes, you don't necessarily have to go meatless, but
Yeah.
a balanced diet
Yeah.
with exercising.
Oh, now
And-
that's the part I got to work on.
Yes, but it takes time because why I never pushed my lifestyle on my children or I didn't push it on her because I knew it took time for me to get to this point.
Gotcha.
So I wasn't going to be like, okay, this is how I am. You have to be that way tomorrow.
Yes.
I know it takes time.
Yeah.
And it's a learning curve and it's adjustment in everyone's life because the way I look at it is you don't want to go back and forth because you gave up something or you was forced to give up
Yeah.
something and
then you rebel.
then you rebel and go back to it.
Yeah.
I rather you see let me be the example health-wise
Yes.
and then say, okay, all right, you're 50, 57, well, 55 at the time, you look that way, you go to the gym, you work
Yeah.
out, you have energy, okay, I see the health benefit, let me try it. And I think with you doing it, and I've watched from afar, with your cooking, you're more creative. You're
That's
not,
true.
Yes,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I feel just having a meatless diet, a diet with just meat, rice, or vegetables.
Yes.
It kind of limits your creativity.
Yes.
I think when you have a diet free of meat,
Yes.
you are more creative. You look and you seek out
Yes.
different ways.
Because you don't
of
get bored.
Yes.
And go back on the old. I'm ready.
Yes,
baby.
because the variety.
You're saving that.
Yes. The
Variety
variety.
is the spice of life.
Yes. And then growing our own garden, and
Oh, man,
which
I
you
can't
introduced
wait.
me to, and to
Oh yeah, we
get
gotta show
broadleaf
the
thyme
people our stuff.
and get
Our
in
what is
a-
it called? Garfield's Garden, on the inside.
Yeah,
or,
she
you know.
calls it Garfield Garden. I call it the Garden of Love.
Oh, you're so
Yes.
delicious. I tell you, you're too cute.
I know.
No
So,
brownie points for you.
Okay, baby. So
Yeah. Did your place get deep?
yes, it did. You bring it out of me. What can I say?
Oh gosh, you're terrible.
So, that's the way I look at it, she has become more creative in the
Yes.
kitchen, and
I
I
play
love
around.
it because I also learn from watching her, and she bringing in growing food, the broadleaf thyme. That's like my favorite to
Oh
cut.
yeah.
And
you cooked that yesterday in the
Yeah.
stir fry. It was so nice. We had stir fry with carrots and broadleaf thyme,
And
fresh broadleaf thyme,
chickpeas,
and put chickpeas.
quinoa.
Well, actually, before it became chickpeas, it was chana.
Chana.
And then you add the chana to your thing, and next thing we know,
Yes.
ooh, stir
So
fry.
I like tasting the broadleaf thyme straight off
yes.
the vine.
Yes.
And it's lovely. So yes, I think taking care of your own health,
Yes.
it opens up the creativity.
Yes. And thanks to my
Yes.
friend, we'll soon be adding ghost pepper to our cooking, and we're going to be planting
Yes.
a ghost pepper or 2 or 3 seeds this weekend.
Yes.
And we'll see what happens to it over the winter and
Correct.
see if we can have an indoor plant system going, pepper plants.
Yes.
And then we can transfer some of those for the outside by
Yes.
spring. So that's going to be my experiment for the winter.
Yes, so I'm excited because this is another phase of just growing health-wise, starting our own garden
Yes.
and becoming accidental farmers
Oh my
and
goodness.
growing inside and growing outdoors
There you go.
and learning about the creatures that comes with,
Oh,
comes
gosh.
with it, which
Now,
is part of
yes,
the process.
they're needed.
They're needed.
I learned from our science teacher last year because I saw she had these little brownish gray grubs.
Yes.
That kind of look like beetles turned over with a striation on the back. So I said, oh my goodness, kill that. And she said, no, no, no. Those things are great because they eat stuff in the dirt, in the
Yes.
soil,
Yeah.
and then turn it over, and their poop becomes extreme nutrients for the plants.
Yeah.
And they actually clean the plant,
Yeah.
the roots and the soil. I said, okay then. So, full confession, I brought in what is it called? Bell pepper plant.
Mm-hmm.
And it had 3 peppers on it that were maybe smaller than like a half of my fist. So I brought that indoors, put it by the bay window, and about a week later, I could see at least 6 of those grubs on the surface of the soil. They're just going crazy in there and having
Yeah.
a good time. And I'm like, the science teacher was right, but I'm not going to kill them.
Yes.
And I'm not going to, because my cousin in Staten Island was explaining to me that he brings his plants indoors, but what he does is he removes them from the pot that's outside,
Yes.
rinses off the soil from the roots, and puts fresh potting soil
Yes.
and bring it inside, so he doesn't bring creatures in.
Yes.
To this year, I'm experimenting with bringing the creatures in and seeing if the creatures will be adaptable to inside air
Yes.
and still continue to
Yes.
aerate the soil and do whatever it is they do. It's an experiment.
Yes. And for the most part, they do stay
In the pot.
In the pot.
Yes.
So they don't really.
Yes. And one thing we learned is in the process of doing composting,
Yes.
especially with banana peels, inside is not good because the little fruit flies
Yes.
are coming in and having fun landing themselves on the soil and
Yes.
annoying us and gathering and buzzing around and doing whatever they
Yes,
do.
because I do see them advertise for composting containers
Yes.
in the apartment. I was like, yeah. I
Yeah,
don't think
because
it's-
when you open it, I mean, listen, you're great, you're perfect, but how is it that a sealed container still, because you have to open it, right?
Yes, you have to
put
open
the things in there.
and there's
And the flies will get
and
in.
the flies and the bugs, because that's part of the process.
Exactly. Okay, we're almost there.
Yes. All right, we are done.
I like it.
Yes.
All right, wait. you know, take out these last two pieces. Don't know if they make a difference.
No,
but
they don't.
there you go.
All right.
And that's how we make love in the kitchen. Hey.
Hey. So, we close it out?
Yes. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode.
All right.